Sister announced her pregnancy at my wedding. Annoying, right? No, it gets so much worse. My name is Maya, I'm 28, and 2 years ago I got married to the absolute love of my life, Mark. And I need you to picture this. I'm in my wedding dress. I'm feeling like the most beautiful woman on earth. The reception is in full swing. The music is playing. People are laughing. My maid of honor is about to make the sweetest toast you've ever heard. And that's when my sister, Chloe, stands up. She taps her glass. Everyone goes quiet. I'm thinking, oh, that's so sweet. She's going to say something about us. But no. She takes the microphone, puts her hand flat on her stomach, even though she is maybe 6 weeks along, if that, and announces, with tears in her eyes, that she's pregnant. The room went silent. Not the happy, celebratory kind of silent. The did that just happen kind. I looked at Mark, and his squeezing my hand so hard his knuckles went white. But here's the part that will make your blood boil. Before I could even stand up, before anyone could react, my mom, Linda, physically snatched the microphone from the DJ. And she started giving a toast. Not to me, not to my husband, to Chloe. She held that microphone with a shaking hand, actual tears running down her face, and said this was the best day of her life because she was finally going to be a grandma. For 5 minutes, 5 entire minutes, she talked about baby names, about how she always dreamed of this moment, about how Chloe was giving her the greatest gift. She did not say my name once. My maid of honor tried to grab the mic back, and my mom literally turned her back on her. When she finally stopped, there was this awkward half clap, and my entire family, aunts, uncles, cousins, they swarmed Chloe's table. My aunt brought her a glass of water. People were asking her to sit down. And I just sat there, in my wedding dress, watching the reception I paid for turn into Chloe's surprise baby shower. We cut the cake by ourselves. We did our first dance while half the room had their backs turned, crowded around my sister. I felt like a ghost at my own wedding. The next day, my mom called. She asked why I seemed off at the reception. I told her exactly why. She called me selfish and said family shares joy together. I told her my sister could have shared that joy on literally any of the other 364 days of the year. She chose my wedding, and my mom chose to make it about her. I hung up and didn't speak to either of them for 2 months. Now, this is where it starts to get dark. During those 2 months of silence, I found out I was pregnant. It wasn't planned, but after the wedding disaster, it felt like the universe was throwing me a lifeline. We were thrilled. We told Mark's family and a few close friends, but I deliberately kept my side in the dark because I knew they'd find a way to ruin it. But my cousin slipped. It got back to my mom within a week. She showed up at my house crying, saying she heard I was pregnant and couldn't understand why I wouldn't tell her. I looked her dead in the eyes and said, "You made it very clear at my wedding whose pregnancy you actually care about." She left in a huff. Then my extended family started getting weird. An uncle called to say he understood why I was lashing out. An aunt sent a long text about how infertility is hard, but I shouldn't take it out on Chloe. I was confused until my cousin told me the truth. My sister had been telling everyone I was struggling with infertility, that I was jealous of her pregnancy, having a breakdown, and that's why I cut her off. I was 6 months pregnant at that point, visibly, undeniably pregnant. The lie was insane. So I sent a group text to my entire extended family. I attached a photo of my ultrasound and my due date. I said, "Just so everyone knows, I'm not infertile. I'm pregnant and due in 3 months. My sister lied to you because I cut her off for announcing her pregnancy at my wedding reception, and because my mom gave a toast to her instead of to me and my husband. I'm done with both of them." My phone exploded. Chloe called me 17 times. My mom sent voice messages screaming about how I humiliated them. My sister finally sent one text that said, "I'm your sister. You're supposed to forgive me." I replied, "You're not invited to my baby shower." She lost it. The baby shower was perfect. Mark's family hosted it. My dad came alone, like he promised, and he brought a handmade crib that his father had made for him. I cried. It was the first genuine moment of family I'd had in months. But my mom and Chloe, they couldn't stand it. A few days later, I looked out my window and saw them standing on my porch. My mom was holding a gift bag, and Chloe had her newborn baby in a carrier. They thought if I just saw the baby, I'd forget everything. My husband, Mark, came downstairs and gave them 60 seconds to leave before he called the cops. My mom started screaming about her rights as a grandmother. We filed a trespassing report. Then came the real ambush. I went into labor. We chose a hospital an hour away, and only Mark's parents and my dad knew where we were. My dad promised he wouldn't tell anyone. He lied. Or at least, he didn't protect the secret. My mom went through his phone while he was sleeping, found the text with the hospital name, and drove straight there. I was 3 days postpartum, asleep, when a nurse came in and said a woman was in the waiting room causing a scene, screaming that she had a right to see her grandchild. I could hear my mom's voice from down the hall yelling, "It's cruel and inhumane." Mark went out to deal with it. Security escorted her out while she called my husband a manipulative bastard who turned me against my family. She was banned from the premises. I called my dad sobbing. He didn't answer. He finally texted, "I'm sorry." That's when I knew he chose her. Again, you'd think hitting rock bottom would make a mother back off. For my mom, it was a starting line. A few weeks later, I got a letter from a lawyer. My mom was actually filing for grandparents' rights. She was trying to force court-ordered visitation with a baby she'd never even met. And then, the truly unforgivable move. Her lawyer sent a demand letter claiming I needed to submit to a psychological evaluation to prove I was mentally fit to deny her access. The letter said I was showing signs of postpartum mental illness and erratic behavior. I read it 3 times, shaking. Mark read it and put his fist through the drywall in our hallway. I've never seen him that angry. He kept saying, "How dare she try to claim you're mentally ill?" My lawyer was furious. She said it was an intimidation tactic, grasping at straws. But it worked in one way. It proved my mom was willing to say absolutely anything to win. We filed for a restraining order. While we were waiting for the hearing, Chloe took to Facebook. She wrote a long post about how hard it is being a single mom and how some people let grudges destroy families. She didn't use my name, but she made it obvious. She said she was learning to forgive those who abandon her. The comments were full of my relatives calling her strong, saying real family sticks together. My own grandmother commented that she was praying for healing. I was painted as the villain to hundreds of people. I didn't engage. Mark said it was what she wanted. But watching that post get shared while I was prepping legal documents to protect my baby from my own mother, that broke something in me. The day of the restraining order hearing arrived. Mark took the day off. My lawyer told me to be prepared for a scene. She wasn't wrong. The judge reviewed everything. The hospital ambush, the porch trespassing, the frivolous grandparents' rights suit, the demand for psych evaluation. He used the word stalking twice. He said my mom's actions showed a pattern of harassment and that grandmothers don't ambush new mothers in maternity wards. He granted the restraining order. 2 years minimum. No contact whatsoever. My mom completely lost it. Right there in the marble hallway of the courthouse. She fell to the floor and started screaming that I was an unfit mother, that I was poisoning my child against family, that she was going to keep fighting until she got her rights. 2 bailiffs had to physically remove her from the building. Chloe caught me in the parking lot. She grabbed my arm and begged me to stop, saying I was killing our mom. I pulled away and looked at her. I asked her the question that had been burning in me for nearly a year. Why my wedding? Why that day? She looked confused. She said the same thing she always says. She got excited. It just came out. I called her a liar. I told her I knew she and mom planned the toast. She started crying, saying she'd said sorry a million times. I told her sorry doesn't fix what you destroyed. Then I got in my car and left her crying in the parking lot. For 6 weeks, there was silence. The cameras my father-in-law installed caught nothing. No calls, no letters. My lawyer called to say my mom's lawyer had withdrawn the grandparents' rights case the day after the hearing. It was over. Then, an apology came from an unexpected place. My aunt, my mom's sister, called. She said she owed me the truth. My mom finally admitted that she knew Chloe was going to announce the pregnancy at the wedding, and she didn't stop her. that she planned that 5-minute toast beforehand. My aunt said she watched the whole thing, knew it was wrong, and stayed silent. She said she was sorry. I thanked her and hung up. It didn't change anything, but it validated everything. My baby is 4 months old now. She's smiling, laughing, grabbing at things. We have a real family. Mark's mom comes over twice a week. His sister babysits. His dad built a playroom in their house. We took our daughter to the park last weekend. Mark pushed her in the baby swing, and she laughed so hard she got the hiccups. We sat on a bench with ice cream, just watching people, and it was so simple and perfect I almost cried. My mom had every chance to show up for me. She chose my sister at the altar. Then she chose pride over apology. Then she chose lawyers over accountability. I protected my family. That's what mothers do. But here's the thing. The restraining order is good for 2 years. After that, if my mom contacts me again, I'll have to make a choice. Do I let her back into my daughter's life to meet the grandchild she's supposedly been losing her mind over? Or do I shut that door forever, knowing I'll never see my mother again, and that my daughter will grow up never knowing half of her blood? So that's where I'm leaving it with you. If you were me, holding your newborn daughter, after everything this woman did, the wedding, the infertility lie, the lawsuit, trying to have you declared mentally unfit, would you ever let her back in? Or is that door sealed for good? I'll be reading every single comment. Let me know what you would do.